Testimony wrapped up this afternoon in the trial of an accused murderer who beat a West Greenwich man to death seemingly at random. And today the defense made its case that the suspect is not guilty by reason of insanity. Eyewitness News reporter Julianne Pixoto joins us now live from Kent County Superior Court with the latest developments.
Mike, the prosecution rested its case after calling more than a dozen witnesses over 3 days. Today, the defense's first and only witness testified, saying Christian Lepore suffers from paranoid schizophrenia. A forensic psychiatrist was the only witness for Christian Lepore's defense team. Now, he says he diagnosed Lepore with paranoid schizophrenia and says Lepore suffered an acute psychotic break when he allegedly murdered 62-year-old John O'Neill. He says he does not believe that Christian Lepore could differentiate right from wrong in that instance. Dr. Ronald Stewart is the psychiatrist's name, and he says Lepore's family has a history of schizophrenia, but admitted during cross-examination that he never verified that information. Stewart testified Lepore was out of his mind and had no idea what he was doing when he allegedly beat O'Neill to death with a barrel and a rock. Stewart says Lepore believes aliens are tracking him using Black Hawk helicopters and tracking devices in his clothing. He also testified that he believes that Christian Lepore would be a danger to himself and others based on this mental illness. Now, police say Lepore was coherent and cooperative during questioning, but the day after the alleged murder, he took off his clothes and bandages and began pouring water over his entire body while in a holding cell. Now, the prosecution's final witness was a toxicology expert at the Rhode Island Department of Health. She says they tested vials of Lepore's blood for 16 substances. It did not test positive for any drugs or alcohol. Now, again, both sides rested today, but the prosecution plans on calling a rebuttal witness who is a medical expert as well. That won't happen until next Tuesday. Then there will be closing arguments, and the judge must decide if Lepore is guilty or not guilty by reason of insanity. Live in Warwick with the West Bay Mobile Newsroom, Julianne Pixoto, Eyewitness News.